Leading ladies, you are. Let's invite her over. And Kelli, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm honored and delighted that you're here. And everyone, most everyone, wants to be involved in some type of internet business. So I thank you for coming to share with us. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Joy. It's my pleasure to be on your show tonight. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, you know that I'm fascinated with your background. So I want to know pretty much, not so much the background, I could go on and on, but tell us a little bit about how that background led to what you're doing now and why you love what you're doing so much. Share that with us.
I will be in business almost 20 years, but
Oh,
I started as a teacher. I have a degree in music education. And when I got my degree in music and I actually got out there in the field and I started handing out those hand drums and the kids were whacking each other with them, I thought I'm going to need to figure out. So I started coming up with all kinds of business ideas, and most of them failed. And when I went through a divorce in 2005, I started the photo bake shop business, and that was a successful one. But prior to that, I had a lot of ideas that didn't work.
what I love about what you simply shared with us right here and now is that you had lots of failures before you finally found something that you really loved and that you enjoyed. So, what was it about this photo bake shop? And we'll talk a wee bit more about how you do that now. But what was the key ingredient that led you to start off with the photo bake shop? I love the name and I
Yes.
know what you do, but how did that come about?
How that came about was I had a music website and I was selling picture cookies on that website. And the lady who was making the picture cookies for me called me one day and she said, "I'm retiring. I want you to take this business over." And her
Ah,
name was Sally. I said, "Sally, you have no idea. I don't bake. I'm terrible in the kitchen. I burn everything. I've never really had any kind of a food business. That was the one thing I said I would never do is a food business." And she said, "Oh, you'll be great at this." Somehow she had confidence in me that I could learn this. And she pretty much taught me the business. And then I changed everything about it in the next year or two. But initially, she trained me on how to do the business, and right out of the gate, it was very successful.
I'm chuckling here because I find that fascinating because if it were a I love to bake, but if it were a business for me and it had anything to do with cooking, I would be a complete disaster at it. And how you started
Yes.
out, that's interesting. But you said you started to change things around. What what did you change around and why were you I mean, change is part of our everything. But what made you decide that you wanted to change things around? What motivated that? What was in that business that you saw that you were aware of that you knew needed to change for it to be successful for you?
Right. Well, first of all, I wasn't going to bake because I knew that that was going to take so much time. And when you're in business, time is money. So you need to be efficient and do what you do best. And what I do best is interact with people and marketing. And so the baking, I assigned a professional bakery to do all the baking for us. And I changed the printing system. The type of printers that were used initially were time stealers, and I needed to create a more efficient, automated system. And that's what I did in the next few years.
Well, one of the things that fascinated me, first off, I know you from another arena that we're both involved with, but that you are involved with a lot of big name companies. So
Yes.
how did you, because that means that you had to initiate, get out, make the phone call, open the door, and get in. So tell us a little bit about how you marketed you to get to some of these big companies, and feel free to name them if that's allowed. I'm sure it is.
Okay. Yes. My first order was with George Lucasfilm.
Yes.
I didn't even believe that they were actually calling me because I literally just got everything set up in my house, and all of a sudden George Lucasfilm is calling a Star Wars anniversary celebration, and they ordered 1,000 Yoda cookies right off the bat.
I love it.
I started working with Pandora Jewelry. We basically made cookies with their logo for grand openings for years. And I worked with World Fuel and Disney. For Disney, I know I worked with them when they were reviving the Balto movie, and for a couple other celebrations. And Citibank was another one. That was one of our main accounts. So there were regular corporate orders, and then other corporations were finding us too. And most of the success initially was from search engine optimization through the website. I had someone help us with search engine optimization so that we would be found in keyword searches on Google.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Keywords, we find all of us in time that's how you get out there. But even with the keywords, you probably had to initiate and open some of those doors yourself. Going in to meet them one-on-one, was there a lot of that, or was it predominantly phone calls and just marketing that way?
Most of the marketing was done through the internet. I did very little local selling. I was very busy. In fact, I just working part-time, and this is why I'm trying to, I created this system where we're working with women on the Business in a Box licensing program. As I only worked a 4-day work week, and I was making 6 figures with this business because it's great profit margins with the cookies. And all of the marketing was done through the internet. I really didn't go on foot to any companies. That's an option that we help people to do that. We give them a marketing kit as part of our program so that they can do that. But mainly with social media and with search engine optimization, Google Shopping, all different platforms that are out there, it wasn't necessary for me to do that.
I love what you're sharing with us, because it all is contingent upon your business, but you're allowing us all to know what sometimes we know, but maybe we put on the back burner for numerous reasons. A key word research, engine optimization, that's really, really important. Once you narrow down what you're doing so that you can get the target audience. Now, you mentioned women, but I'm sure, is it predominantly women, or do you deal and work with men as well to start new businesses?
We're open to working with men, but all of our licensees are women so far, and they're between the ages of 40 and 58.
Now, how do you, Kelli, how do the women come to you? I know you're going to offer a free phone call for those women who are interested in starting a business, whatever type of business, to call you so you can give guidance and direction in that way. But how do you initially get women? Is it predominantly word of mouth to call you, to connect with you, to contact you, to start and initiate a business of their own? How does that come about? How do you market to get people to come to you so that you can help them, support them in initiating a new business?
Right. Most of the time they find us through word of mouth, or I've posted on Facebook about the business, and people share that.
Yes.
And we were interviewed with a company called theworkathomewoman.com. It's an article, and a lot of people are finding us through that website because that's mostly women that are looking to start their own businesses, and there's just a lot of different opportunities there. And when they get to ours, if it's calling them to work at home and they always love to bake, it seems like that's a perfect fit, and then they contact us and we go from there.
Okay. Is it baking only, or do you help them to initiate other types of businesses?
Photo Bake Shop, they don't have to bake a cookie. We'll provide all the cookies for them. We provide the equipment. We can provide the cookies. Now, they can bake if they want to, because some women, this is where their heart is and they love to do that. It's totally up to them. But if they're like me and they want to have the freedom of being their own boss and they want to work from home, but they don't want to bake, We'll provide the cookies. We provide all the equipment.
Uh-huh.
And everything from the business cards to the graphic training. We have a simplified system for them that we take them through step by step. So in 30 days, they're ready to receive orders. And the best part is they get their own web page, which is a shopping cart.
Well, simple is good. Simple is always good. All of us, no matter if it's